Htwow July season 6. 6, 7, 8.
Hi, we're back again after an inordinate delay. It's your friends, Dave and Toby. Say hi, Toby.
Hi.
You are about to listen to the July episode of Htwow, High Tea with Old Waver. It's a little bit late, but don't concern yourself with that. What I want you to know is that our August episode is going to be on time, and it's also going to be recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Oh my God, where?
Well, we record this promo after we record the episode.
Yes.
So when I unveil this on the episode and I make a real big deal about it, just pretend that you didn't hear this at the beginning and just act surprised. But we are going to do the August episode live and in person at Deep Ellum Brewing.
Yes!
We are going to do a live recording of our August episode on Sunday, August 20th. We will be there around 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and we will record around 4. So if you are in the hood, if you are a regular listener and you want to come meet us and hang out and have some pints and play some tunes and just have a real good time, even though it's going to be balls hot, we'll be inside. It'll be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Please make plans to see us. Jot it down in your calendar. Sunday, August 20th, Htwow at Deep Ellum Brewing. They are just on the outskirts of Deep Ellum on St. Louis Street. You can see them from the 45 overpass. We're going to be there in the tap room, and we're going to be on the PA, and we're going to be annoying everyone. And they're so gracious to have us, and we are so excited to be there, and we hope to see all of you guys there. And then we will make sure to get that out within the calendar month of August and not wait until the next month like we did on this pod.
Do they have beer there?
They have lots of beer.
At the brewery?
Yes, they brew it there, as a matter of fact.
So it's fresh.
Yes, it's fresh. And if you have...
I call that brew to table.
And if there's beers that you like, you can actually take them home with you. Like you can get a crowler or a growler, or if it's one of their production beers, you can buy a 6-pack or a 12-pack. You can do whatever you want.
Just roll out of there.
Just roll on. You could probably buy a keg. If you really wanted to, you probably roll out of there with a keg.
Yeah, just put one of those kegs on one of those scooters.
Yeah.
And like you and your buddy ride on either side of it.
Yeah, maybe 2 scooters.
Maybe 2 scooters. And
you and a buddy, and then you roll the keg in between the scooters.
Yeah, and you just scoot it on back to the crib. Make sure Tommy comes with the pump.
Yeah. You don't want to get a keg and not have a pump.
You gotta have a pump.
So please, make plans to see us August 20th at Deep Ellum Brewing. God bless.
Nice.
With spider bites all over me, with my pants at my ankles and blood coming out the back of my head.
Yeah, that's a good way to go, though.
Yeah, so I dodged a bullet.
Mm-hmm. You did.
I did.
Man, that's something. I think you just get real sick, though, but that's still a thing with you just kind of coughing and spewing with your pants down.
Right.
It's still not a great look.
What happens if a black widow bites you?
Do you think that's what happened to Elvis?
First you look so strong, then you fade away. The sun will blind my eyes. I love you anyway. Thirsty for your smile, I watch you fall away. You are a vapor trail. in your eye. You seem to come and go. I never seem to know. And all my time is yours as much as mine. We never have enough time to show our love.
Yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah.
That's nice.
How's everybody doing? It's been a minute. This is Htwow, episode 72. High Tea with Old Waver, the air quotes July 2023 episode.
It's all right.
We're balls late, but we got things going on. It's a busy summer. We're glad you're here with us.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Let's get classy. Let's get classy.
Let's spend some money.
Mm.
It's probably just a quartet. Probably wasn't that expensive. That, of course, is Ride with Vapor Trail. That is from Ride's debut album, Nowhere. And that is our Htwow album of the month.
Woo!
Which means that you can win a brand new, sealed, in the package, vinyl copy of Nowhere.
Man.
Not sure if it's a special edition or anything, but it's definitely brand new. And you can win that by going to our vinyl sponsor, which is positivespin.com. Positive with a Z. And there'll be a banner at the top that says Htwow Album of the Month. And if you click that and you give them an email address, you could have that in your mailbox within the next month or so. And you can enjoy that fantastic record for your very own.
I might do a fake name on that one.
I know.
I'd like to have that.
I have it already.
I don't have that one.
It's a good one.
I haven't heard that song in a while. The drums are so sloppy at the end. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And they just left it.
It's good. And it makes sense because we are going to play a little shoegaze on this pod. Mm-hmm. We have, man, this pod is going to be nothing but bangers because it has been a minute since we joined you for the June pod. And there have been some issues, some developments, some things that we want to share with you. But we'll get into more detail about that later. I don't want to belabor stuff at the beginning.
Belabor.
Because people want to get to jams and they want to have fun banter between myself and Toby. By the way, if this is your first time joining us, Htwow, High Tea with Old Waver, is it's an acronym. High Tea with Old Waver means High Tea, which is Toby,
Yes.
with Old Waver, which is me.
That's you.
It's just our names, really, or our nicknames.
I get it.
So, High Tea with Old Waver. It is a song swap and a beer swap. We do this thing once a month-ish, and we both bring a couple tunes. And back in the day, we would both bring a couple brews, but now we're kind of on our own. But we do have a beer sponsor that we like to shout out for the occasions that we do go over there and pick up beers or hang out with them because they're such good dudes.
Good dudes.
But it's a Goodfriend Package, which is right across the street from Goodfriend Beer Garden and Burger House. And Goodfriend Package is at 1155 PV Avenue. They have beer in the cooler that you can take to go. And they also have wonderful breakfast and cultivar coffee and wonderful lunch. So if you find yourself in Far East Dallas, Casa Linda, please go by and see them and tell them that Htwow said hello. And hopefully Matt and Josh will give you a nod of recognition.
Delicious.
They have not forgotten about us because we don't forget about them.
No way.
Tonight, I'm kicking off with a canned cocktail, which is kind of my jam these days. I really do enjoy a canned cocktail because I'm trying to limit my carbs.
Yeah, of course.
I'm Soda Dave these days, and if you don't know what that means, that just means that I went on a crash diet. But I'm trying to keep that weight off, and so I'm drinking a Fresca
I see that.
canned cocktail.
mix.
It's a Fresca Paloma. It has real tequila in it.
That's nice.
It's not a seltzer. It's you have to get this at the liquor store. It's real tequila.
I love it
Fresca.
when they do that. What color is that? Is that like beige?
It's kind of
It's hard to see on the camera.
it's kind of a mustard yellow. It's real dark in here.
Okay, I would, yeah, because you would think Paloma, you would think light yellow ocean breeze.
Yeah, it's a bit of a dark can, but it's really, really good. And then later, I have this other epic Western Paloma to drink.
Man, you've really planned this out.
I really have. Because, we like to get a little boozy, and we like to just chat and tell stories and listen to tunes.
Love
That's
it.
That's what we do on this pod. And if that sounds like an enjoyable time to spend the next, I don't know, 90 minutes-ish,
Ish.
or if you fast forward through our talking and just listen to the jams, it could be a lot shorter.
Yeah, it'd be like 20 minutes, tops.
But yeah, we thank you for being here. We know we have new listeners all the time, and it's so good when new people discover us, and when we help people discover new music. And this is not anything like earth-shattering because everybody knows who Tame Impala is.
I wouldn't say we're breaking artists on this show. We're just breaking tunes.
Yeah. These are established artists. Sometimes we do break artists that deserve to be broken. But these are just new tunes by
Established.
bands, acts that we really, really like. And Tame Impala certainly fits that description. I don't know if Kevin Parker is currently working on a new record because, the Slow Rush is a couple years old now. And seems like it's about time for something new. But he did contribute to the Barbie soundtrack, which is the movie of the summer.
Yeah,
and the Dua Lipa jam is one of the songs of the summer.
So good.
And I've seen the movie. I guess you said you haven't, right?
I have not. Pace has seen it, I think, 3 times.
Yeah, I definitely want to go see it again. But yeah, there's a point where Barbie and Ken travel from Barbie Land to the real world. And during that little montage...
You're not going to spoil it, are you?
No, but just during that montage where they are traveling from the land of make-believe to the quote-unquote real world,
Okay.
they play this Tame Impala jam. It's called Journey to the Real World. Kind of, is what it says.
Yeah. They didn't beat around the bush. They just told you.
No, they got the brief from the movie people, and then they're like, okay, well, I guess that's the name of the song, Journey to the Real World. So let's go ahead and kick off the Balls Late July pod with Tame Impala on Htwow. Man, I wish they did a remix. That's just not long enough.
Man, I get it. That's cool, though. He got to the point. They told him what they're doing, and he just said, okay.
I don't know what we'll see, but we're going to the real world.
He just said, hey, I got the message. They're going to the real world.
Yeah.
And
Are we sure there's not like a 12-inch version of that?
I don't. Why would there be? No, it's the fifth thing on the list, on his list right now. It's 1:27. And people are loving it. I love it.
That's nuts.
Let me go to the single. Yeah, there's just one version.
That's crazy.
I love it. They probably only needed, 30 seconds. And so he
Right?
gave him 1.5 minutes and just said, pick what you want.
That's definitely the synthiest thing that he's ever done, too.
Yeah, that's awesome. But it sounded like he probably, think of how cool is that? He got the message, went in the studio for about an hour and a half. Right? Mm-hmm. He can do that in his sleep, that dude. Something like that. And he just went, okay. Just say the same line over and over.
Yeah, so to recap, somewhere else there is to see. The future is a mystery. I wonder what we'll see when we get to the real world. We're going to the real world. The real world.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
I love it. Anything else would be too much.
Right.
So
But
he nailed it.
It did leave me wanting more.
Isn't that what they always want, though?
I can't believe you haven't seen the movie.
I have not.
Don't you like to have fun?
Movies. My problems with movies.
What's your
hard
problems?
for me. I don't like people crackling their bags around me.
You don't like watching movies with other people.
Exactly. I don't.
All right.
Other people always ruin everything. Isn't that's like an old proverb, like a Chinese?
Yeah, I think Confucius said that.
Yeah, other people ruin.
It was either
stuff.
Confucius or Gandhi.
Yeah, so it's tough, but I've done it before. I'm just gonna need it to not be as popular as it is right now, for me to see it. It needs to be like, hey, there's one more week left of this Barbie. Like around December. and then it'll be like Pace's 8th time to see it, and we'll all go see it.
Okay. I mean, I respect that. It's interesting how your entire career is based on other people, but you hate other people.
Yeah, I don't hate them. I just don't like to be around them. And they're there, and I'm at another spot. Do you see that? Where this all makes... I like being in places with lots of people. I just don't like to be with everyone.
Right. Mm-hmm. So if you're in a place with a bunch of people, but you guys are all doing your own thing, that's one thing. But if you're all watching something together, then that is a line you can't cross.
It would just be nice if everywhere I went, there was a backstage.
Yeah. You're so spoiled.
I just would like to have a rest room. Not an actual go to the restroom. I would like to have a room that I can actually rest in and just catch my breath.
You need a private entrance and exit and a box seat where no one can get near you.
And a nice bathroom.
A private bathroom.
Mm-hmm. But they seem to be nice in movie theaters most of the time these days. They used to be wild.
Yeah. Movie theaters are way nicer than they used to be.
Well, they sure are. I mean, basically, they just threw 2-3 video games in a corner, and we're like, good luck.
Yeah. You guys don't have an Alamo in Bryan College Station, do you?
Yeah, they call it the Studio Movie Grill.
Oh, but not an Alamo.
No, but they serve the food and do all the stuff. And drinks.
Alamo is 10 times better than Studio Movie Grill.
Is it?
They crush Studio Movie Grill.
I think it's called Studio Movie Grill. If it's not, it's something copying that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. You have your little button.
Your button.
You have your button, and you press the button.
For your booze and your food.
Uh-huh. Maybe it's a thing of dots. Do you like dots?
Those the gumdrops?
Yeah.
Those jelly beans or gumdrops?
They're like gumdrop things, and they're like the first gummy bear thing, but they're not like gummy bears. They're
tougher.
Yeah, but not as like
chewier,
sticky. They have the covering on them where they don't get your hands all grody.
Yeah. But
I think the very first time I had a dot was either at the first Star Wars movie or Empire Strikes Back. And that's it. I can't go to a movie theater without having dots.
Really? Every time?
Every time I get dots. That's the only time I ever have candy. I don't really like candy that much. If you're going to, you know what I mean. Like
I don't eat a lot of candy.
Yeah, it's like, I would rather, if I'm going to eat something, I'm going to eat something. You know what I mean? I don't need candy. But if I'm at the movie theatre,
it's part of the bit. It's part of the whole deal.
Dots and and I always say like, I don't need popcorn, and then I just bum off of whoever's sitting next to me.
Right.
You know that move.
Dude, the truffle popcorn at Alamo. Mm-hmm. They give it to you in a big like stainless steel bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get to the bottom, the bottom's all coated with the butter and the truffle and the cheese.
Just put your butter in it.
So then you just take the remaining kernels and you kind of try and
them all up.
Sop up as much as you can.
Mm-hmm. If you get going fast enough, they'll pop because you get the heat going.
It's good stuff, bro.
Mm-hmm. I thought you had a truffle experience one time at a pizza place. Was that not you? Was that Manny?
No, I think it was me. I think at Fireside Pies one time.
Yeah, I remember it totally. It was at Fireside.
they have some pizza with truffle on it, and I guess as long as it's not too much truffle.
You're sopping it up with seeds.
Yeah. I don't know. Or maybe I've just gotten used to it. But yeah, I did have a bad reaction to truffle one time. I can't remember what happened.
Maybe it wasn't the truffle.
Maybe something else made my tummy go burp.
But yeah, you didn't like it. I think I remember at the Old Monk afterwards or something, you were like, this isn't going to go well.
Yeah, I still have trouble with my gastrointestinal tract. It's still a thing after all these years, but we don't need to get into that.
Hey, that doesn't go away. That just gets worse, right? That's a thing with life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
I
Maybe
don't
not
know.
now since you're workout soda Dave. That now everything's fine.
It is better. My current diet is kinder to my system, but every once in a while I have incidences.
Right when you're just all confident, walking down the hall.
Yeah, walking through the frozen food section at Trader Joe's.
Your Mother Nature will just be like, "Hey, not so fast, Chief."
Yeah, you think life is going pretty well right now,
Yeah.
don't you?
Watch this. About to wreck on this day.
Anyway, I did tell the story on the air of almost dying at training camp.
What'd you do?
There was a black widow in my shower.
Damn. The Black Widow, they're not as... Which one... What happens when they bite you?
I don't think you're... It's not a brown recluse. So I don't think you're like instant dead, but it definitely will mess you up.
Man, was it big?
It was pretty big. It was, like maybe quarter size, like legs included, not the body, but it was pretty big.
Oh,
But-
not like a tarantula.
No. But it did have the, the red hourglass shape on its back.
Shit. Did you
But,
catch it?
Yeah, well, I didn't know it was a black widow when I caught it. I just thought it was just a garden variety spider. But I grabbed it in a wad of toilet paper and I threw it in the toilet, which I hadn't flushed yet after I had just used it, and the spider was scrambling on top of my doo-doo trying to get out of the bowl, and I flushed him down.
Why didn't you... You were already in the shower?
No, I was about to take a shower.
Oh, so...
I was going potty before I took the shower.
I understand, but you didn't jump in the shower and were like, well, I'll just get this later.
No. It was a whole process.
It was just in the mid process. You were doing two things at once.
Yeah, I was multitasking. Anyway.
So how did you almost die? It seems like you had complete control of the situation.
Well, we were laughing about the fact that that when I first was going to get the spider, I still had my pants around my ankles, and then I thought better of it because I was like, well, what if this spider takes
Leaps
off
at you,
after me?
jumps you.
Yeah, jumps me, and then I fall backwards because my legs are entangled in my pants, and then I crack my head on the back of the sink.
Yeah, while you
And
rip the shower curtain down.
Yeah,
I can stop myself.
And then I'm found with spider bites all over me, with my pants at my ankles and blood coming out the back of my head.
Yeah, that's a good way to go, though.
Yeah,
It's a
so I
good way to go.
dodged a bullet.
You did.
I did.
Man, that's something. I think you just get real sick, though, but that's still a thing with you just kind of coughing and spewing with your pants down.
Right.
It's still
Let me
not
see.
a great look.
What happens if a black widow bites you?
Do you think that's what happened to Elvis? Like a black widow got him.
No, I think he just had a heart attack because he was straining too hard, wasn't he?
I don't know. He was on a lot of drugs, man.
A black widow spider makes a venom that affects your nervous system. Some people are slightly affected by it, but others may have a serious response. You may feel serious pain, burning, swelling, and redness at the site. You may even see 2 fang marks.
You'd just be a little sick for a little bit.
Yeah, I think I would have been fine. That says other symptoms may include nausea, tremors, breathing difficulties, increased blood pressure and fever. So I would feel like crap,
You'd feel like
but
crap.
I'd be fine.
What if you fell down and knocked your head, and the spider just hung around till right every time you were about to come to and just get you again?
Right. Just cracks my head back on the ground.
Like just sitting there smoking cigarettes, just waiting, pacing back and forth, and then here he comes, and gets you again, gnaw on you again. Ay!
Laying eggs in my mouth and in my ears.
And in your earlobes and your ear balls.
Yeah. So fortunately, that did not happen.
Yeah.
We can delve into more training camp stories. That's partially why.
It sounds lit.
It's partially why we are so late with this episode. I did bring some equipment with me to record while I was out there in California, but with the time difference and with my schedule and your schedule, we just kept pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. And now we've just gotten to the point where I'm back home, you're back home, and we couldn't push it anymore.
But we have a schedule for the next one, so then we'll just be back on track. So that's that.
Yeah, let's do that now, because
You'll do it now or after this jam?
Okay, let's do it. Yeah, all right. Let's do it after this jam, because we do have a announcement for those listeners who are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, or anywhere close enough to where if they would like to join us for a live recording of Htwow.
Yeah.
We have exciting news.
Exciting.
For the next episode, the August episode of Htwow. But next is Toby's turn to play a hot jam.
Well, we're saying we're kind of doing it like it's our turns, but we kind of are together just picked the 4 jams we're going to play.
Yeah, we kind of collabed on this one because we know what we want to play.
Yeah, so Slowdive has a new record, and this is one of our faves. The whole thing's not out yet, right?
No, just 2 songs are out so far.
Yeah.
Let me see. What's the name of the record?
It is
Everything is Alive.
Are you sure that's it?
I think so. Yeah, Everything is Alive is the record, and it comes out September 1st.
Nice. Everyone will have the day off, and we can all just jam the new Slowdive record.
I can't wait. I'm so glad they're back and doing stuff on a consistent or somewhat consistent basis.
I know. They seem to be really surprised that people really like them.
Yeah, so it's an 8-track album, but the 2 songs that they've released so far, Skin in the Game and Kisses. And Kisses is definitely the hotter of the 2 jams.
It's peppier, for sure.
Yeah.
The other one is classic Slowdive, but this one's peppier. So let's play it. Kisses from Slowdive. Jam.
Tell me you're the best thing. Tell you that's what you need. Rolling
I dig that.
Yeah, I know it's 4+ minutes, so it's not like it's short, but
No, it's 3:55. It's not even 4.
oh, it's just under 4, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah. It's not too bad at all.
But yeah, I wish it was a little bit longer. I wish there was like one more thing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It is good though. I mean, it sounds like a Slowdive jam. That's going to be a good concert.
Yeah.
Did you were at Terminal 5, weren't you? Were you not at that one with us?
No.
That was me and Nolan and Aaron Clausen and Manny, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw them at some random festival in Fort Worth.
That's right. That thing, the river thing. The one.
No, it was in the Arts District.
Huh.
It was, kind of by all the museums and stuff. And I can't remember what it was called.
Okay. I think I remember that and being very surprised they were there. But that's cool.
Yeah, like Purity Ring was there. Peter Hook and the Light was there.
Mm-hmm.
Run the Jewels was there. It was a really cool, eclectic festival. But I think they only did it one time. It was bizarre. Maybe it was pre-Pandy. I can't remember.
I can't remember.
It's hard to remember things.
It's hard to remember things and to care. You know what I mean?
Fortress Festival in 2017.
That sounds right.
That's what it was.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, why don't they do that anymore? Or when was that? Maybe they are doing it. I don't know.
It was April 2017, so way, way before Pandy.
So they didn't do it this year, huh?
No, I don't think they've done it in a long time.
Hey, man. So, what's been going on?
Okay, so we needed to talk about our big plans for August, because this is exciting, but it's also, because we're so late with this pod, it's a quick turnaround, so it's not a lot of time for people to make plans to be with us.
Mm-mm.
But we are about to celebrate our 6th anniversary as a pod. Like, we're in the latter half of our first decade together.
Celebrate.
And so last year, for our 5th anniversary, we hung out with our pals at Goodfriend Beer Garden and Burger House. They allowed us to hang out there, and we did it silent disco style, where we had headphones, and just the people that wanted to hear us could hear us.
Yeah, I can't believe it worked, but it worked.
Did work. It did work, but it was also kind of a pain in the ass, and it also was kind of expensive because we had to rent the gear and then figure out how to use it. So this time we are going to do our show, a live recording at Deep Ellum Brewery.
Woo!
We are going to be there on Sunday, August 20th.
August 20.
And we're going to get there around 3 in the afternoon and probably start around 4. And so if you guys want to join us, show up anytime in the afternoon, and we'll probably record from like 4 to 6. I think they close at 7, so we'll shut her down.
And we'll be inside.
Yes, we will be inside. And from what I understand, we will be on the PA, so everyone will have to listen to us. But yeah, if you want to join us, Deep Ellum Brewery is kind of on the outskirts of Deep Ellum. It's the tap room is 2823 St. Louis Street in Dallas, and they are one of the OG craft breweries in Dallas. And they have loads of delicious beers.
You can see it right there where the highway, where 30 meets 45, right? 45 turns into 75. It's right there. It says Deep Ellum Brewery, big on a big water thing.
We hope that through our own self-promotion, we'll at least have a handful of people come out, because we saw, I don't know how many people showed up last year, like maybe 40, 50 people.
It was fun.
Throughout the course of the day.
That was a good time.
And yeah, and we had such a good time meeting so many people in person that we've corresponded with on Twitter or via email, and patrons, and that brings me to my other announcement. So
announcement number 2.
Yes, thank you. So not only can you join us for the August 6th anniversary pod at Deep Ellum Brewery, but we have kind of a development with our After Dark podcast, because that's more or less what has thrown a wrench into our schedule, because used to we would record the After Dark right after we would record this pod, and we'd be together and it would just be organic, and then we would stagger their release, but it wasn't too much of a chore to get them done. But now that I can't come and visit you during the week, now that I have the Monday through Friday job on the ticket, we've kind of had to scramble to figure out when we can squeeze in not only this pod, but the After Dark, generally on different days, generally different weeks. And then you have to do all the editing, and then I have to post, and we were getting very stacked up. And so we have put a pause on the After Darks.
Yes.
We haven't canceled it. We're not stopping it, but it's just not going to be on the regular. It's going to be whenever we do record in person and we have the time, we will bust one out, because we always have an excess of tunes that we want to play. But it's just not going to be every month. It might be, 3-4 times a year. Who knows?
Who knows?
And so I did let our patrons know. And what I did, because the way Patreon works is if you have patrons on a particular tier, a particular price tier, you can't just delete that tier. It has to be an empty tier for you to be able to delete it. So what I did is I created a lower tier. So there's a $2 a month contribution. So if you like us and you want to give us $2 a month, and you want access to all the past After Darks, and you want to access any new ones that we do in the future, you can do that for just $2. And if you are a current Patreon subscriber and you want to switch from $5 to $2, you can do that, or you can just cancel. I don't care. I want everyone to be happy.
We just want everyone to be happy.
Yeah, I want everyone to be happy, and I don't want anyone to feel like they're ripped off. But if you enjoy this podcast on the regular and you want to support us and give us a couple dollars a month, then please go to patreon.com and search Htwow, or you can go to oldwaver.com and click on premium, and there is the new $2 level that you can contribute. And so just wanted to get that out of the way. And I know that we always spend time pumping up the After Dark and the Patreon channel. It still exists. It's just taking a back seat because we want to put our focus on this pod.
Reg pod.
Because the reg pod, the proper pod, the free pod is how we reach the masses.
That's right.
And we want this to take priority.
Prioritize.
Priority. So anyway, that's all the business. So hope to see you on the 20th.
We'll send out a lot of reminders. It'll be good.
Yes. We will definitely blast you if you are on our soch. But next, I wanted to... I don't know how much time you've spent with this record, but the new Blur, The Ballad of Darren, it came out, I guess, beginning of July, mid-July?
Yeah, or even end. I don't know. I thought it was out for a while, and then I found out it wasn't. So.
Yeah, it's been out for a few weeks now, and I don't know how much time you've spent with it. I've listened to it a bunch.
The whole thing.
Yeah. When I took a little summer vacay before I went to training camp. My wife and I went to go visit Montreal.
Oh, yeah.
And so on the flight, I listened to the Blur record over and over, and I love it. It's so good. You know, because to me, it's the first real Blur record since the self-titled record.
Mm-hmm.
You know, since like whatever that was, 1997, 1998.
Yeah, their live videos that are coming out, they look like they're having a blast.
Yeah, they look like whatever baggage, whatever problems they had are in the past, and they're just happy to be together and to be making money and making music together.
So cool.
Because Think Tank that came out in the early aughts, that's the record that Graham Coxon quit during the recording, and so he hardly appears on it. And it's okay.
They're gonna need him.
It's okay, but it's not Blur to me.
Right.
Well, I guess 13 came out before that. So 13 is a proper Blur record. That had Coffee and TV and Tender on it. That was a good record.
That was a good one.
But Think Tank is just okay. And then Magic Whip, when they got back together, that came out in like 2015 or something.
Can't remember.
And it's a forgettable record. They recorded it while they were touring, and it's almost more like kind of DIY Gorillaz record than a Blur record. You know what I mean?
Right.
So this one, The Ballad of Darren, it sounds like Blur, it feels like Blur, and it makes me so happy. And so there are several songs that we could play. The original single, The Narcissist, is great. Barbaric is a really great song, but St. Charles Square is the most raucous thing they've done in so long, and kind of almost reminds me of like Modern Life is Rubbish Blur.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know
I know
I mean?
this one. I know this one and a couple other ones, and this one is a jam. It's pretty cool.
So let's listen, and then we can discuss after. This is Blur with St. Charles Square.
Fucked up. I'm not the first to do it. Must forgo now. Your smile off the wall beige. I'm fixtures and fittings now. Call me out, but me, 'cause there's something down here and it's living under the floorboards. It's grabbed me round the neck with its long and slender claws. Don't leave me here, baby. Don't leave me completely. I might not get back to myself at all. St. Charles Square. This year's migration. Basement flat with window bars. Pole is outside. Spare me the gloaters and the pain. I don't want it anymore. 'Cause there's something down here and it's living under the floorboards. It's up and down the clock of the town, all back in time. Oh, I'll ride with you, baby, I'll ride with you forever. But we might not get back to ourselves at all. Right, Tesco disco. The room is shrinking fast around me. It grabbed me by the ankle and pulled me under. Loneliness, I've been here before. 'Cause every generation has its gilded poses with vibrations in the basement. I don't like this scene. All his ghosts come back to haunt me. Think I'm gonna.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that sounds really early on. It also sounds like they were, and I think that they would admit this, that they were doing a David Bowie thing.
Yeah, I could see that. It's got that glam kind of feel to it.
And he's doing the Robert Fripp thing on the guitar like crazy. You know, like Fame and all that stuff. All that stuff. And he's kind of doing the voice a little bit too. It was like, hey, let's try to do they can't quite. So it does sound like Blur, but it sounds like a Bowie song. It's from the 70s. It's awesome.
I love it so much.
Good job.
Yeah,
guys.
I encourage you to listen to the full record because it's just, it really is them, not at the height of their powers, but because they're old, you know, but they recapture the magic as much as they possibly can at this point in their careers.
I think I've talked about this before, but do you follow the bass player?
On the socials?
On Insta. You really, really should.
I think you told me to and I forgot.
He has like a goat farm, but now it's every kind of all kinds of thing farm, and he's like, he'll just put a camera up and show like the cheeses he's made and show
Alex James, right?
Yeah, and show around the farm and just show like him just sitting out in the field and saying what the festival he's going to throw, because he throws festivals out there out of this farm, and they'll have like 20 bands and DJs and all this stuff, and he'll just has like pigs and stuff and farm stuff. It's hilarious.
That's awesome.
And he's just sitting around and he'll point at like 6 different cheeses that they made, and this one's really good, and you know, that kind of, it's hilarious. It's just, you get so jealous of this guy.
Right.
He's got it.
I read something from Damon, because he lived in London for forever, but he's had this kind of country estate on the South Shore, you know, maybe a couple hours from London. And so now that he's older, he's like, you know, it's cliche, but I like spending time in the country. I'm not in the city as much anymore. Mm-hmm. It's cool that they're both kind of, you know, enjoying the fruits of all their labor.
Yeah, but also doing something. Like he's doing, like I think when they went for one of their first BBC interviews with like one of the main guys, what's that dude's name? Oh, well, it doesn't matter. It's like the BBC.
Zane Lowe?
Yeah, Zane Lowe. I think they were going to see him, and he brings him like some bread and a bunch of cheeses from the farm.
That's great.
It's so awesome. I love it.
The one thing that I saw, the one anecdote that I thought you might find interesting. So the album is called The Ballad of Darren, and then the first song, track 1, is just called The Ballad. Mm-hmm. And so, as the story goes, back in their heyday, they had this ballad that they were working on that they would mess around with and sound check from time to time.
Yeah.
And so there was a guy named Darren that was on their crew. And so he would always ask them, hey, did you finish that ballad you were working on? Mm-hmm. And they never did. And then they finally finished it. And so they named the album after him, The Ballad of Darren.
So great.
Yeah.
I love it. Man. Is it good? Is the ballad song good, or is it? Okay.
Yeah, dude, it's good.
Okay.
It's like, kind of like the Damon melancholy that he does so well.
Yeah. And I like those. They're good.
Yeah.
There was a couple of records where he did too many of those, but it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, this record, it never gets too sad or too sappy, but it is, it's somewhat of an emotional record because he's burned through a lot of relationships, and they're getting older and feeling their mortality, and so it has those kind of themes, but it also kicks it like on that St. Charles Square song. So it's a good mix.
Man, you can tell he must have got rid of some bad habits because he's looking a lot better now. There was a couple of years there.
Yeah,
man,
for sure.
He was not looking well. It wasn't as bad as some, but boy, he wasn't the pretty young lad he was.
Oh God,
before.
he was so pretty.
Yeah, and now
in the early '90s.
Yeah,
oh my God.
And now he's kind of getting his thing back a little bit, and his complexion. It looked rough, man. He had a thing.
Yeah.
He looked smelly. For a second.
Yeah, it looked like hygiene was not a priority for him for a while.
There was some stuff going on, but you move out to the country, eat a lot of peaches. That's what you're gonna do.
That's what I heard.
That's that's another thing, a proverb somebody said, but it's true.
Yeah, I think it was the presidents of the United States of America.
Which one?
All of them.
So do you want to play another jam? Do you want me to tell you about New York? What do you want me to do?
Yeah, do you have a quick New York story for me?
It's not really quick.
Well, then tell me the long one.
Well, let's play the next jam, and then we'll have the whole long... Well, no, we haven't even talked about camp.
It doesn't matter. There's nothing to talk about. It's
Man,
fine.
You met all these people, and it was so awesome.
Yeah, maybe we can talk about it on the August pod when people are there in person.
All right, well, let's play a jam, and then I'll tell you about Youngstown, New York. Does that ring a bell, however, to you?
Youngstown? Is it upstate?
Yeah, and don't look it up.
Okay, I won't.
I just want to know, in your head, when I said that, did that mean something to you?
I mean, I feel like I saw it on a road sign at some point. Is it near Cooperstown?
It is. You go into Buffalo and you drive north for 30. It's across the river from Toronto.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
across the lake. Sorry, across the lake.
Yeah, no, I've never been there.
Okay, it's up there, man. It's old. It's old.
All right.
Okay, we'll get into it. I got a story for you.
Okay.
Got a couple of them. But yeah, let's play the next jam, and then we can just talk it on out. You heard of that Beck Phoenix new song, bro?
Yeah, this one surprised me because I didn't even know it was happening, and then I heard it on the XM.
I didn't either, and I know that they all have history. They call cross paths.
Yeah, well, and I saw that they were touring together. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, they're coming to Dallas the day after we record our pod, and I have tickets, and I don't have a date yet.
I'll see if I can stay. I'll ask whoever's watching the Pacer if I can just hang for a day.
But yeah, so I guess they just decided to put out this
Mm-hmm.
collaboration to kind of promote the tour.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's an interesting kind of deal.
Yeah, their voices sound good together, and they have like through Air and Beck and Phoenix, they all seem to kind of that French band with Beck thing. He used to always use these people as backup musicians.
Right, yeah. I remember when Air was his backing band for a couple of tours, right?
Yeah, and they all kind of all know each other somehow. It's weird. But anyway.
It is weird.
But I think it's cool, and I think it's awesome. They just rattled off a jam.
I mean, talk about, we were talking about Tame Impala being able to just crank out a jam.
Mm-hmm.
Beck and Phoenix can crank out a jam.
Yeah, how long did that take? They just both threw up on the floor, and they were like, wow, pop
it's magic.
Song. Look, it's amazing. It turned into a unicorn. Sucks. This song's good, though. You want to hear it?
Yeah, it's called Odyssey.
By them.
Run the course across the track. If only I could feel the warmth across my back. Didn't I treasure most? Didn't I wreck the most? Didn't I feel this close? Don't look the other way. Somewhere fall into the ocean. I'll be there on an Odyssey in the sun.
You kind of into that?
Yeah, to me it sounds like more of a Phoenix song than a Beck song.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm curious when they have their show, I assume they play it during the show. I wonder which set it falls in.
I bet that would go in the... I bet Phoenix is playing it and Beck comes out.
Yeah, that's what I would guess.
Mm-hmm. But I will also say this, and I would be willing to bet that they cleared this because I think they did it on purpose. But that is the Talking Heads' whole background.
The do-do-do-do.
Yeah, letting the days go by, let the water... I mean, it's the thing, but they even do the percussion part. So I'm thinking they did that on purpose, like a loop. You know what I mean? Like they created a thing to make it like the Talking Heads thing.
Huh.
I would bet that they did that.
What are the songwriting credits?
I don't know. See if David Byrne's on there or those people from the Tom Tom Club. But did you not? Were you not thinking that the whole? For some reason, I'd heard it a couple times before, but it wasn't. But this time, I was like, man, that's the Talking Heads song.
I mean, it never occurred to me until you said it.
I mean, it's okay. They can't. Someone doesn't own those two notes, but
right.
But it's the exact dum 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 dum. You know, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I can't find any songwriting credits, but I don't know.
Let me see. I got them right.
I
here.
I think it is maybe it's just familiar.
Songwriting: Beck, Christian, Deck, Laurent, and Thomas. So no nod to them, but you know what? It's just a couple of notes. I hate ruining songs for people. Maybe I need to take that out.
No, it's fine. You are a music detective.
I know, but it's just...
And so maybe David Byrne will hear this and sue them.
I'm just so used to recording bands and telling them, you can't do that. That's another song. And them going, no, it's not. And then you play it and they go, dang. And I'm like,
I thought I had a real good idea.
And you're like, do you like this song? And they're like, I love that song. Like, it shows. Because you copied it.
Because you were thinking about it, even though you weren't thinking about it.
Yeah. Didn't do it on purpose, but still. But, I don't know. I mean, they're probably best friends with that guy. They probably just went, hey, dude, we did the thing. Well, how do we do song credits? And he was probably like, I don't care.
I'm David Byrne. I'm rich.
I can't even spend this money.
I don't know how I got this beautiful house and this beautiful wife.
All my suits are oversized.
I got these big pockets to put all my money in.
I can't buy. Always buy too much fabric.
All right, New York, Youngstown.
Okay, so you fly into Niagara Falls. I'm not going to get into all the flight details, people not letting my guitars on the plane, chaos the whole time, but that's every time. So there's no reason to get into that. People losing guitars on the way back. It's fine. Everything worked out.
You got them back?
So, mine was in my car the whole time because they wouldn't let me take it. It's a long story. I won't even get into that. Todd's didn't make it on the way back, but he waited till the next flight came in and they were on that. So everything's fine.
Okay.
Everyone made it actually to the show. That's all you can ask for in the band. True. Is if everyone makes it. That's part of the deal.
Even Johnny?
Everyone made it. Everyone was there. So when that happens, we're 100%. We're good. So we get there, and it's a long day, man. I gotta go. So it's...
Is this a festival deal?
Yeah, but it's basically a lot of local bands and us and Marcy's Playground. Marcy's Playground?
Marcy. I think it's singular.
Marcy Playground. Those dudes are super nice, by the way.
Have you played with them before?
I don't think so. I know I've never met them before. But they're really nice dudes.
Where are they from?
And a lot more, like, you think they'd be chill. They're a lot more kind of Adams Farms-y, almost like
goofballs?
Like the Cars. Or like the Lemon's Head meet Adams Farm thing. I don't know. Only 3 dudes.
Uh-huh. Where are they from?
Minnesota, but I think they live in either upstate New York or Canada now. Where's Hamilton? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway.
It doesn't matter.
So it's us and them. And we get there the night before in Buffalo, which Buffalo's wild, man. I mean, we were staying out by the airport, so you can't, I've been there before, but it was still, we couldn't find nothing's open. But the next morning we take off super early because we got to be at sound check at I forget, like 10. And it's 30 minutes to get, maybe it was even earlier, I don't know, but we were up at the crack of dawn. Made it up there, got picked up by a dude named Stork. His real name was Steve, but everyone calls him Stork.
Because he's tall?
No, he's just a cool looking dude. He looks like he'd be a surfer guy, but he's from
Buffalo. But
he's from upstate New York, and he's just totally cool. And the guy knows everybody. Like, he's the dude. Like, he knows everybody. And there's not a lot of people there that live in this little town. I mean, so we get there. We do the sound check. It's like exactly what you would think of upstate New York. Like, they set up a stage in, like, the outfield of, like, a baseball field. Like, you're stepping by first base, walking up the little stairs up to the stage and stuff. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
It's like, and there's like booths, like you can see the THC booth, and right next to it is like a honey booth, and then someone's quilting something over here that holds plants. It's like that kind of thing.
Okay.
So it's super cool. Like, I love stuff like that. And so we do the sound check. We're making friends with everyone in town. We come back, everyone changes, they take us to eat. Every place they're taking us, so they take us to our hotel, which is like a bed and breakfast thing, but it's above the bar in town. Like, the bar.
Uh-huh.
We looked it up. There's like one bar, and we're staying above it, and the place has been open since like 1840. Like, it's old, man. And out of the windows, you can see Canada across the lake, right there. Like Fort whatever is right there. And so we go up to our rooms up this like 3-story house because we're staying above. The whole thing is like this old house. And the bar is on the left downstairs, this old pub. And called the Hawthorne or something like that. But it's like rooms where these old grandma rooms that are super cool, but like the bathroom's down the hall. That kind of setup.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's super cool.
So very much a boarding house, bed and breakfast type thing.
Mm-hmm. Above a bar, which is dangerous. But they take us to eat at we kept going, this is the oldest restaurant in New York. Like, everything seemed to be the oldest thing that was anything. So we go because we got to have real buffalo wings because the guy's like, you haven't had buffalo. This is how it's done. But he walks into a place and everyone knows this. Like, he's the guy. It was awesome. And so on the way back from eating, he goes, this is the day of the show, right? He goes, did any of you guys want to take like a speed jet boat up the rapids? And I'm like, and everyone's like, what do you mean? He's just like, it'll only take a couple hours, but to get there, it'll be 30 minutes. Then we have to get on the boat, put all the gear on, and then we jet up the river, and then it turns around and come, it's a thing, but it's crazy. You got to do it. And they were like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing a jet boat the day of the, we're playing in like 4 hours. There's no way I'm doing that. And Kirk's like, yeah, I'm staying too. And John, I think, went to sleep. But Todd and Clay and our buddy Chris York got on that thing, and they were, it's the wild. If you ever want to look up jet boat, like 30 people are on this boat with safety gear on, going 1,000 miles an hour up the river on rapids that are shooting them like, it wasn't just a little water. It was like monsoon, like you can't see any of their faces. And he was like, Todd was like, so are we gonna get wet before the thing? And the guy was like, you'll get a little wet, but if you sit in the back, they're absolutely.
You know what? I think I saw a picture that Chris posted.
Yeah.
Because she said that they said that if you're in the back, you might get wet, and she was like, we got soaked.
So Stork took her to Target so she could get something, because she was staying in Buffalo, and she had to get something. So she got like a Guns N' Roses t-shirt and like some shorts or something. But the weather was amazing. But so Kirk and I are at the bar the whole time. And you know how Kirk makes friends with everybody.
Yeah.
Like you can't sit at a place and now you don't know any of the people around us. We know everyone around us. So everyone's just talking, and we meet this firefighter and his wife that ends up being our best friends, and a bunch of the other people, and all the bar people know who we are and all this stuff. And they end up going to the show because they went down to the bar to hang out, and they were headed back and all this stuff. You know, they don't, there's no agenda. They barely even heard about this thing going on. So they're out at the thing. They end up telling us, you know, because we're a Cowboys fan kind of walks down, and we're talking to him. So, and he's just like, so have you been by? Guess who the cowboy is that's from Youngstown, New York? You should get this.
Oh, Daryl Johnston.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So his mom's house is right down the road.
That's awesome.
I mean, right there. So we go to the show. After we play, the mayor, who they call the supervisor, is sitting there hanging out with us, and I was just like, yeah, man, I didn't put together that the Moose thing, and like the wife was like, oh yeah, you guys are from Dallas, of course, yeah, y'all know who Moose is, and she was like, that's his cousin, the mayor, supervisor guy, and she was like, he was the best man in the wedding, and he was like, y'all get together, because he's been at a couple of our shows, Moose, and so he was like, take a picture, I'm sending it to him right now, he's not gonna believe us.
That's hilarious.
So we're, you know, with the mayor, the police chief. It was just, there's only so many people that live there. So we were in it, and we were only there for a day and a half, and then got up at 7 a.m, and I took 3 flights back and was here by like 6 o'clock.
That's incredible.
It was crazy. Got in, got out, met everybody.
Yeah, because we just found out we're gonna do another year of the weekly show with Moose.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man, tell him Youngstown is dope.
Yeah, because, so we went to Green Bay last year. The Hardline took a Cowboys road trip to Green Bay. And we had so much fun, and so many listeners came out and met us. And so we were like, we need to make this a tradition every year. We need to pick a Cowboys road game. And so the schedule comes out, or at least the opponents come out before the schedule comes out. And so by the end of the regular season, you, based on where you finish and where everybody else finishes, you know what your opponents are going to be the next year. You just don't know what order you're going to play them. So we knew that this coming season, the Cowboys were going to play in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. And so we were like, we got to make that our road trip.
Totally.
Because it would be so awesome. And we were talking to Daryl about it. And he was like, oh, man, I can tell you all the places to go, you know, and, you know, you got to go up. I think he brought up Youngstown. You got to go up to Youngstown and, you know, here's where buffalo wings were invented and all this stuff. Well, it turns out that it was scheduled in December, which is when we're not during ratings period, so there would be no point.
Yeah, it's like December 14th. We looked all this up.
Yeah, there's no way the company would pay money to send us when it's not during a ratings period.
Yeah, because that's the exact same thing we were doing, because remember, Kirk was at the Green Bay game.
Oh, that's right.
Doing the Cowboys thing. So we were like, well, what's the thing going to be next year? And he was like, it's got to be Buffalo. So we were like, let's go.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's just also December 14th. Yikes!
Yeah,
up there,
it's gonna be cold, and it's awful close to Christmas, and yeah, so that's not gonna work out. I think we might do. It's either going to be Philadelphia, or we might just do another Vegas trip. We might just do another Circus sports book.
Okay. Well, you never know. But yeah, that's Youngstown. I really recommend it. We were asking, hey, how does in a town this size? Like, man, when I'm saying it's small, you can really just take a walk and you're done. But so it's connected to a place called Lewiston, I think, in another town. And they said that all of these little towns just feed into one high school. So the high school was actually pretty big. So that's how, like, Syracuse knew he wasn't playing like a 6-man football thing. Like, he was playing like, because we were like, how did Syracuse even find Moose Johnson, you know? But yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
I met the cuz, I met everybody. Yeah.
Well, it's good that you had Kirk with you, because unlike you, Kirk likes people.
He sure does. Man, he will man, I think that's the reason why I don't talk to people right away, that because I'm just so used to being with him since like 1993 that he just starts going.
Yeah.
And I never have to say...
and then you just kind of ride in his wake.
Yeah, and then when someone asks me something, then I'm in it. But I didn't... The first 20 minutes has nothing to do with me. So he's just going. And it's awesome. I don't have to worry about anything. It was the same way with like Brownie. I show up and they do their thing, and about 10 minutes later, it's like, so what's your deal? Nothing. I don't really have a deal.
I'm just here.
I'm just here. He's the guy. It's awesome to have that dude. It takes all the heat off.
Everybody needs that dude. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am definitely not that dude. Mm-hmm. You know, I told you we went to Montreal, and I don't think we talked to anybody.
Really?
Like that wasn't working, you know, at a place where we went.
Did you see Tim Raines?
No, I didn't see Tim Raines, but
that's a sports
certainly you talk to your bartenders and servers and stuff, but as far as just like shooting the shit with other tourists or locals, man, no one approached us and we didn't approach anybody. And that's just kind of the standard operation for me when I'm in a strange place. Is generally, unless somebody comes and talks to me, I'm not talking to anybody.
Yeah, just stick to it. Unless you're ordering something, point at it, grunt.
Yeah,
they'll give it to you.
I'm not a very social person. I'm socially awkward. So I can't. I do admire what our buddy Taylor does or what Kirk does. People that just can, no matter where they are, instantly make friends.
Yeah.
It's a gift that I just don't understand.
Yeah, it's like you can walk into the place, go up to the bar and go, hey, I'm going to go to the bathroom, even if I have to or not, because I just want them to do their thing. And then by the time I get back, he's standing on the counter telling some joke about, I got a buddy or something from somewhere. Both of them do this. And then everyone loves everybody. And then they're like, oh, hey, there's Toby. And I'm like, hey, y'all.
Yeah, so you just got to make yourself scarce while they lay the groundwork.
Yeah, do the groundwork and get the dude that doesn't care out of here. And then I can just come back and be in the system.
That's good.
It's a move.
Good.
It is a move.
You got to figure it out, bruh.
Yeah. I don't want to damage the situation. They know what they're doing, so get out of their way. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's time for us to get out of the way.
Oh, we are? We're going?
Yeah, let's do it.
Wow. Don't you kind of want to play that just for old time's sake? Just play the After Dark song. We'll never hear it again.
It's not never. Don't talk like that.
Here we go. Vapor Trail, ride.
First
Oh, this song is so excellent.
Why?
First of all, thank you for listening to Htwow episode 72, the July 2023 episode. Secondly, our deepest apologies for being so balls late. But we're getting it fixed. We're getting it fixed. We're never going to make this mistake again. Today we have shared some real hot jams with you. We've played Odyssey from Beck and Phoenix. We've played St. Charles Square from Blur. We've played Kisses from Slowdive. We've played the extremely short and to the point Journey to the Real World by Tame Impala. And of course this, Vapor Trail by Ride, which is from our Htwow album of the month. If you'd like to win a vinyl copy, go to positivespin.com, positive with a Z. Give them an email and you could win.
Hey! I love this drum come in when he comes in.
We just need to let this play out. I don't want to talk over it.
It's so good.
I just want you to know, listener, that we appreciate you, and we're going to be back very soon with the August episode. And we encourage you, if you are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, to come see us on August 20th at Deep Ellum Brewery.
Woo!
Peace, y'all.
Peace. Hmm.